Grums on X says retention director for Mr. Beast and others blows the lid on why YouTube views are dropping off for everyone. Short answer, they're trying to be TikTok. Only recent views count. Older content getting memory hold in the algorithm, which before I even go on, just speaking from personal experience, I've noticed any videos that are 4 or 5 months old on my channel are lucky to get like one view ever again. Like they're just gone. Like if you're not making YouTube videos at least multiple times a week, but preferably daily, your channel will not have a chance to survive in this environment, which is crazy. The expectations that they put on people. But not only that, how sad and depressing it is for someone to pour hours, if not weeks or months or years into making a video and have it be an excellent video, do really well, and then just die off no matter what anyways. That's really sad. His name is Mario Jews. I think that's how you say his last name. Important thread. The YouTube algorithm actually changed for the worse, plus data. I've been thinking a lot about whether I should or shouldn't address this publicly. I've already talked to some people within YouTube, but I don't believe the word of a single person, meaning me, will be enough to encourage change, at least not quick change. Before I begin, a direct note to all my friends at YouTube. I truly respect what, okay, so here we do with the ball sucking with the people at YouTube because this guy's tight with Mr. Beast. They gotta pleasure each other as they go. I truly respect what you've been doing in the past year, and I know you'll take this problem seriously, but I'm also aware that you'll often have your hands tied and there isn't much you can personally do. I won't reveal any sensitive information that people can't find out by themselves. Let's begin. Now, I'll tell you guys before we can get into this, from what I've heard and people that are close to people who are close to people at YouTube. So yes, it's the game of telephone at this point. YouTube headquarters is a complete shit show. It's a catastrophe. Like it's the whole meme of the dog drinking the coffee with the fire saying this is fine. That is every day at YouTube headquarters. They have installed, or I should say instituted, artificial intelligence to the point where they don't even know what it's doing anymore. And there is no recovering it. Like it's gone. They've lost control of what they were even doing. It's all in the hands of AI. A few months ago, creators of all sizes started noticing a significant change in the overall performance of their channels, which I spoke up myself just the other day when I'm like, I've noticed like about 8 weeks ago or so, maybe even longer, I can't remember, and my subscriber count stopped. And it's like, man, that's wild. I started putting out more videos and my views started coming back because more videos equals more views equals typically in the past more subscribers. But now it's just, now you're putting out more videos, so ergo you're getting more views. But they're just circulating them within the community that I already have. It's very rare these days to have a video break out of the bubble and actually get like a lot of subscribers. That's very rare. Whereas a few months ago, that was like almost a daily thing. I'd post a video and it would get a lot of subscribers every day. I'd be like, yeah, this is how you grow your channel. And then they just shut that faucet off. And I for a long time didn't want to say anything because I'm like, man, this is kind of weird. But I noticed that it's not just me. There's a lot of channels that are just stagnated on their sub count for a long time. And then this comes out and like, oh, usually this is related to the overall behavior of audiences. However, this one felt different. It wasn't just 1 or 2 channels. It was every single channel I was working on and more. These are channels that can pull 100 million to 1 billion views per month at times. At first, I was like, all right, let's find out where we're going wrong, which is the first thing any creator does, is think about themselves first. How do I fix what I'm doing? It must be me, because it can't just be, I don't want to blame YouTube or the algorithms. That's the easy way out. What can I do better? That's the first thing I do too. Maybe we're missing something. However, after weeks and months, no answers were found. This is very frustrating, not only for myself, but also for the creators who are relying on these answers to maintain their channel, business, and livelihood. But that's when we made a breakthrough, a way of looking at data that we had missed. You see, this entire time, we were analyzing the channel as a whole, new and old videos combined. However, we weren't focused on isolating older content, specifically content with a published date older than 1 month. That's where, for the first time, we noticed something unusual. We saw a complete crash in short form videos on content older than 1 month. See image. Well, there you go. What we found was that somewhere in the middle of September, YouTube had pushed a significant change in their short form algorithm, which impacted nearly every short form creator across the platform, which ironically was right around the time that the website went down for like 6 hours. And I remember saying on X when that happened, this isn't good. Last time the system went down for this long, there was a massive change in the algorithm for the worse. Every time the system goes down for a while, it's like, uh-oh, what are they doing? Why is this a problem? Because it affects every creator we care about. It didn't matter if you were a smaller creator, which I couldn't even imagine being a smaller creator on the platform right now. If I, as a larger creator, am struggling to get a subscriber right now, I how would a smaller channel even get seen? How would your views even get out there in the first place? Or one of the top 10 creators, we haven't found many people who were spared. I'll leave a brief explanation at the bottom so you can check your own channel. And these weren't just entertainment or educational creators. It was both. What we found is that YouTube seems to have implemented a change that strongly prioritizes content uploaded in the last month, roughly 28 to 30 days. We're still unsure. But what impact does this have? And why do I believe this is something that should be brought to light? The first impact is that we're seeing a shift away from quality to quantity, which I mean, even from my own personal experience, people were saying, Smash, we miss your edited videos that were scripted, where you're standing up and chatting about stuff and talking about that. And I was like, first off, those were draining me doing those once a day, 4+ hours of work to get that video out every single day. And then the live stream on top of that for hours on it. It's like, you can only do that for so long where you're like, I can't. And then when I started noticing that the views and subs were not coming in for the effort that went into them, it wasn't as a creator. It was, my time was better served elsewhere, and more content was better to reach more people based off of what I realized the videos that were getting sent out there for people, covering more topics, trying to be the source for everything that I find interesting and entertaining. And for a while, that started working too. And now it's coming to the point where it's, the views are still there. My channel's doing just fine when it comes to views, but the subs have stopped. And I haven't changed at all. And I can only surmise that my videos, I have a great community. Shout out to all you guys. I really appreciate. I was so super excited to finally be getting to 125,000 subscribers. That's a huge milestone. I've been at 124.5 for, I think, 2 months now. I was going up 1,000 subscribers every couple weeks for a 5-month period. And then one day it just stopped. So yes, that is an algorithm thing. If I'm still the same guy, I'm still covering topics, I'm still going through stuff, I need to be like, yeah, you know what? That's not me. And then I see this come through. I'm like, okay, now it makes sense. Often creators live off revenue generated, not just AdSense. Yeah, good luck living off of AdSense. From these bigger content pieces, a strong portion of this revenue comes from their back catalog, or at least it used to, meaning older content. With this change, you're increasing the importance of high volume uploads in the first 30 days. What do I believe is happening, and why is this change going through? I believe there are 2 reasons why YouTube is pushing this change. First, to hit certain targets with shorts. plain and simple. Which, by the way, I am not a big fan of shorts. Like, I don't like watching shorts. I do not use YouTube to watch shorts. I understand there's an audience that likes those. They're trying to get the TikTok crowd of people to come to YouTube. I don't think that's a good direction to go. I think TikTok is great for the people that love TikTok. I think YouTube is great for the people that love YouTube. If you start trying to mix the two together, it's not going to be great because they really are two very different audiences. And YouTube wants everything. Google wants to be the source for everything. I don't believe this is what's best for the creator type of play. It's definitely not. It feels more like a we want to compete with TikTok. Yep. Type of play. Not unreasonable, even if the creator gets hurt by it in the short term. I'm just trying to think from a corporate point of view. The second reason, which I believe to be the actual leading reason, is a push for recency, freshness, or novelty, whichever term they would choose to use. But if this is the reason, there's a massive overcorrection happening. Some content needs that freshness: news, streaming highlights, medical information. Good point. However, this isn't true for all types of content. Some content from years ago is just as good today. I would wholeheartedly agree with that. The Norm, the gaming historian, his content is evergreen as fuck. His video on Tetris was amazing. I haven't seen him show up in my feed, and I'm subscribed to him in what feels like years. And he's got a lot of videos that I haven't seen. I feel like YouTube could do well by providing those every once in a while in the feed. They don't, because they're just old. That's not good. The AI needs to be better at identifying evergreen content. It's not. It's terrible with that. We've noticed that certain top content pieces, individual videos still get significant amount of views, so it looks more like prioritization than anything else. Regardless, while in private, I find it fun to refer to the situation as the flattening. In reality, this is a very concerning moment where simple ideas turn into a massive hit toward the creator economy. And this is just the tip of the iceberg of changes that have been affecting people, which I need to step back to and say, creators do make careers out of YouTube. And you could argue that no one deserves anything in this world. If you take the standpoint of, yeah, if you make stuff that no one cares about, you shouldn't be rewarded for it. It's the same thing I say about game companies when they make slop. It's like, people don't owe you a paycheck. People don't owe a YouTube creator their eyeballs. They don't owe you anything. But this is more than that, because these are the same creators that were getting the attention that people did love that are not getting the attention anymore. And you're like, well, they're still the same person. What changed? It's important that the changes on the platform aren't just focused on the consumer, but the preservation of a healthy creator economy that allows creators to grow their business, teams, and create better content. Without a focus on both the creator and the consumer, you'll quickly run into an issue of low quality slop that makes people want to go elsewhere. 100%. Yep. I've noticed even in my own feed, I'm not getting new creators shown to me ever. It's always the same people that I watch all the time, which I love the creators I watch, but I am in a bubble, like a hardcore bubble. So whenever I refresh my feed, it's all the people I'm always subscribed to. I would love once in a while for YouTube to put a video from a smaller creator there that I could watch. I would love that. But they don't do that because they've learned in the back end of YouTube that when people typically watch those, they're typically low edited, poor quality, sloppy, shitty videos. And then people are like, I don't want to watch YouTube anymore. They close it out and leave the app and go do something else. And YouTube's like, no, we cannot have that happen. We need to hook these people on here for as long as we can, because watch time equals money for the advertisers. So now the algorithm has created a bubble so reinforced of the same people over and over and over again that it's become impossible to break through anywhere else. So now me, and alongside a slew of other creators that are great creators, I love these creators so much, never get shown elsewhere because YouTube's too scared to show our videos to a different bubble and scare those people off. So it's just become a bunch of silos, the entire landscape. If there's any call to action here for you, whether you're a creator or a viewer, I strongly encourage you to leave your thoughts here to encourage YouTube to rethink this decision, or at least optimize it so that it's also regarding the importance of keeping a healthy creator economy. YouTube's not going to do shit. I hate to say it, but money talks. Unfortunately, if you are run by someone who creates a company where the path to hell is paved with good intentions, they will drive that train straight to hell and ride the golden parachute out. Unfortunately, I don't think YouTube's going to do a damn thing about this. This has been for years getting worse and worse progressively. I got lucky, by the way. I got lucky. I got noticed. Lots of things happened to get my brand attention, but I could just as easily been doing this for 20 years and just moving right along with 2,000 subscribers, because the algorithm really does. It's the claw that just chooses people, and some make it, some don't. I'm not trying to say that the subscriber count directly correlates to you're better than someone that has less subscribers. It doesn't mean anything. YouTube needs to remember that. There are channels with 2,000 subscribers that are infinitely better than I'll ever be. There are channels with 350,000 or millions of subscribers that are absolute garbage that I'm infinitely better than. Subscribers mean nothing. I think the problem is the algorithm has siloed everyone off. And now, this environment, you cannot grow. Share your thoughts and even data from your own channel, because this will be seen by people who have power to make change. Disclaimer: I've left out some sensitive information. However, if you want to check this out for yourself, go to Analytics, click on Advanced Mode, filter by content type, Shorts, filter by publish date. For example, any short published from January 2025 to June 2025. Set the data to the last 365 days and take a look at the change happening around September. I think you can imagine why it took so long for us to find out where the issue began. Thanks for reading this post. Followed up with the data attached comes from 7 of the biggest short channels on YouTube. However, for obvious reasons, I won't be sharing the exact channels behind these charts because it does contain some sensitive information. These are all different channels, and they all at the same time, all completely flattened out. Even the ones that started doing better flattened out at the same time. That's insane. Before I made YouTube videos, I didn't believe an algorithm had that kind of power. After making YouTube videos, it literally turned into the quality, the effort, everything you put into a video meant jack shit. It was just the algorithm decides. AI controls everything. Skynet is real when it comes to YouTube and many other automated systems. I don't know how we fix it. I don't know where all the views are going. I don't know if this is something that can be recovered, but I do know that YouTube has a massive problem on their hands right now. And I'd like to think they're aware of it, but based off of how I started this video and said, I've heard from a person who knew a person who knew a person who worked at YouTube, and what they said was, it's a shit show behind the scenes there. And they, working at YouTube, don't even know how to fix it. And if that's the case, then yikes. For now, I'll leave that there.